That was the worst national anthem of all time, man. Ready for game two here in Bluefield. Rams winning game one, 12-4 in a run rule fashion, but now Pikeville trying to come back and even up this doubleheader in game two. Well, everybody, Bailey Engel back here for the second game. Canower will lead it off against Lexi Harmon, who got the win for Bluefield in game one. So the Rams scored 10 unanswered runs in that first game as that first pitch goes on the outside corner for a strike at 3:21 p.m. Here at Graham Rec Park, it's a pretty nice day for softball, and usually we don't get to say that as much because of that inconsistent weather here in the two Virginias and the wind that constantly whips around in this valley. As the 0-1 is chopped over to third, right into the glove of Avery. Throws to first, not in time. That was very close, and Avery is starting to improve over at third base, but that was going to be a tough play to make either way. So it's an infield single, and a good way for U-Pike to lead it off. That'll bring up Jordan Gentry, now playing in right field instead of second base. Mackenzie Pollack batting third and playing in left, as that first pitch is a check swing foul ball on the third base side. Rest of that lineup for Pikeville, the Bears coming from Pikeville, Kentucky. Haley Osborne batting fourth and playing at first base, while Kelsey White remains at third and bats fifth. Elizabeth Hickey will get the start as the catcher in this game two, followed by the designated player Haley Carr, who played in left field in game one. The pitch showing bunt, pulls it back and actually fouled it away third base side. Then batting eighth, Megan Claypool, who gets the start at second base after getting the loss in the circle for Pikeville in game one. And then Mercedes Boggs, the shortstop, will bat ninth. Anna Skaggs on the mound for Pikeville coming up in the bottom of the first inning. But Lexi Harmon with a 1-2 count. She pitches. Ground ball, left side. Sparks fields it, bobbles it, and now two runners are aboard. Now, you saw this in game one for Bluefield, and unfortunately, the Rams just are trying to get through these woes of fielding. But what they did do well, they put the ball in play offensively, and that's how they won that game in a run rule fashion. So now, 12-4 the score, or 12-4 the score of the first game. This game still waiting for its first run. Kenzie Lauder, the left fielder in this game. First pitch to her, inside for ball one. And the field for the Rams, Mary Blake Avery getting the start at third base. Lakin Sparks once again at short. Bryn Kennedy, the freshman, at second base. Meredith Throckmorton at first. Out left, Gabby Mellick once more with Kristen Storr in center, and then right, it's Carly King. Pitch showing bunt, lays it down. Good bunt. Avery hand fits it, can't pick it up, and now the bases are loaded for U-Pike. Catcher in this game is Veronica Casanova. No outs, bases loaded. Rams trying to avoid that situation that happened to him in the first game. A couple of errors. Brings up Haley Osborne with the bases loaded and no outs. First pitch from Harmon. Fouled away right side, and that'll go down the hill for strike one. Canower at third, Gentry at second, and Pollack now at first base after the bunt single. Bases loaded, no outs. Top of the first inning. Pitch. Inside corner, called a strike. Robert Staggs, the head coach of U-Pike, on the other end, a little frustrated with his team that came into today 18-10. Right now, 18-11. They've now lost 5 in a row after a considerable win streak. Pitch popped up right side, foul ball. Osborne was rather frustrated with that one. No balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded, no outs. Rams might want to go with a force at home if it's a good enough ground ball, but can they field it cleanly? 2 to Osborne. High and in, ball one. Casanova checks down Canower at third and throws it right back to the pitcher in the circle. One ball, 2 strikes, bases loaded for Pikeville. They led 4-2 going into the third inning with 2 outs in the last game, and the Rams rallied, scored 7 runs in that inning. Here's the pitch. Inside and low. Now, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the reason you say that is because Bluefield did not get off to a hot start in the last game either. They were able to still win. So it's going to come down to who puts the ball in play the most. 2-2. Hit out to left field. Mellick with a long run in. It drops in. Kicks it off of her body. Can't pick it up, and everybody's safe. Station to station go the runners. And now it's 1-0 Pikeville. RBI single for Osborne, and now 1-0 in favor of the Bears. So Pikeville loses 5 in a row, but they played against Lindsey Williams or Wilson College. Lost all 4 games in that series. And then the Rams just had the momentum in game 1 of this doubleheader, but now Pikeville trying to break it open. Bases loaded, 1-0 the score, and no outs. First pitch cranked deep to left field. Back to the fence is Mellick, and that ball just hits the base of the fence. 1 run will score. Here comes Paulak. Throw to the plate. Won't happen. And it ends up being the most gigantic RBI single you're ever going to see from the third baseman, Kelsey White. I mean, that was about 5 feet away from being a grand slam, and instead just a 2-run single. So now it's 3-0 in favor of Pikeville. Rams just searching for this first out. Lexi Harmon pitched the entirety of that last game. And now going up against Elizabeth Hickey, the catcher. First pitch. Shows bunt, lays it down, right back to Harmon. Fields throws in time for the out, and the sacrifice intact with the 2 runners moving into scoring position. But finally, the Rams have that first out. Brings up Haley Carr, now the starter as a designated player. Well, game 1 of the doubleheader was the first of 4 games in 2 days for Bluefield. They're going to play against Bryan College tomorrow in AAC action. That's going to start at 2 o'clock. 2 runners in scoring position. Here's the pitch, swinging a high fly ball out to left field. Mellick backs up, makes the catch for out number 2. Runner will tag, and White scores to make it 4-0 Pikeville. So Haley Carr makes it a 4-run game. So finally, with 2 outs here, and here comes Megan Claypool, the pitcher from game 1. First offer down the middle but low, ball 1. We'll say it's right around 50 degrees here in Bluefield, but well, the Rams enjoying this rather heat wave we have at Graham Rec Park. Meredith Throckmorton not wearing the sleeves. And Coach Drew Bailey brought out the shorts today. 1-0. Outside corner to even it up at 1-1. So 4-0. 1-1. High and away, 2 balls, 1 strike. About 200 down the corners, we did see 1 home run in game 1. Meredith Throckmorton smacking a ball out to center field, but those 12 runs for Bluefield coming off of really dink and dunk hits. Pitch inside. Claypool trying to battle here. Runner at second base. Kelsey White there as that pitch is popped up sky high behind home plate. That will exit the ballpark. Now 2 strikes to the second baseman, 2 outs. Runner at second base. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ball's in the hand of Harmon. Deals 2-2. Popped up right side. Playable for Throckmorton, and can't make the catch as the ball hits on top of the dugout, so not exactly playable, but it'll stay at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just landed about a foot out of her reach. Casanova gets a new game ball to play with. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs and a runner at second base in Kelsey White. 4-0 the score. Another 2-2. Ground ball ripped straight into the dugout of Pikeville, and you can tell they're a little bit more fired up here in game 2. Already up 4-0. They did that relatively easily against Lexi Harmon, and Pikeville just with a little bit more depth at the pitcher position. You would think that Lexi Harmon might not pitch the rest of this game. Possibility of bringing Lakin Sparks in. Another 2-2. Popped up right behind home plate again, and that'll roll down the hill. Big time battle here for Claypool at a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Runner stays at second base. Harmon locks eyes with Casanova and deals. Inside. Looks like it hit her, actually. So now after that confusing moment there, runners at second and first with 2 outs. Mercedes Boggs was the flex in the last game, now batting for the first time. 9th batter of the inning with a 4-0 lead as she pops it up right side. Playable for Throckmorton, backs up and makes the catch in foul territory. So the Bears strand a couple, but the Rams trail 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the first inning. This is Bluefield Softball on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Rams come up to the plate in the bottom of the first inning, down 4-0 to the Pikeville Bears after the Bears were able to scorch Lexi Harmon in that top of the first inning. And now the first look we're going to see for the ace for Pikeville, Hannah Skaggs, who comes in with a 2.56 ERA across 81 innings pitched. Center fielder Kristen Storer will lead it off for Bluefield, with Riley O'Neill, the designated player in game 2, on deck. Righty to righty in the first pitch. Big cut and a miss, and that is a fastball if you ever saw one, right down the middle. Count it 0-1. Well, Storer battled at the plate in that last game, and now the 0-1. Swinging a ground ball straight over to second. Claypool's got it on a knee, throws to first in time. There's a quick one out. Bring up Riley O'Neill. O'Neal with a couple of doubles in game one. Really lifted Bluefield, scoring those 10 unanswered runs. And it looks like we might be seeing a bit of a different pitcher than what we saw to Claypool and Lane there in that first game, that's for sure. These are fastballs from Hannah Skaggs, junior from Salyersville, Kentucky, standing at a 5'7". First pitch. Designated player slices it foul, and the thing not close to my Hyundai Sonata. So now it's strike one. No balls, one strike, nobody on with one out. Skaggs ready in the circle, she whips. That pitch is fouled away. So O'Neal a bit late on these last couple of pitches, but putting contact on it. Last time out against Lindsey Wilson, Skaggs threw 2 innings, gave up 7 hits, 6 runs, only 2 of them being earned though. That was a series that Lindsey Wilson swept against Pikeville in 4 games. It goes outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch, watched outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So trying to bait her outside. Well, the last time that Skaggs pitched against an AAC opponent was against Milligan back on February 26th. She pitched the full 7 innings, got the loss though. Only gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. That's fouled away. Lights out of play. We should also mention that Pikeville is a non-conference opponent for Bluefield. They come from the Mid-South, which is a bit confusing because the Rams are a Mid-South associate member in football as well as men's volleyball. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Riley O'Neal. Here's the pitch. Inside, corner, got her. Strike 3, first strikeout for the righty on the mound, and now with 2 outs, that'll bring up Carly King. Got the walk-off sacrifice fly to put Bluefield up by 8 in game 1. They won that 12-4, and you could already tell that this might be a different story in game 2. 4-0 Pikeville up, 2 outs, bottom of the first inning. First pitch to King. Watches it go inside, ball 1. King came into this doubleheader today hitting .340, 2 home runs, 10 RBI. She's going to have a few more after those stats are updated. Lots of righties in this lineup for Bluefield as that pitch goes right down the plate for strike 1. Count evens at 1-1. Matter of fact, I think the only lefty in the lineup is Gabby Mellick, who is a slap hitter. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody on, and the pitch low. Scraping in the dirt there, ball 2. White at third base, Boggs at short. Boggs joined by a fellow middle infielder in Claypool over at second. Haley Osborne playing at first base. Pitch fouled down the right field line, and that will, let's get out of here. Gentry playing in right in game 2 after she struggled at second base. Game 1 in center field, once again Shelby Knauer. And in left, Mackenzie Pollack. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the Rams right fielder with 2 outs and nobody on in the bottom of the first inning. Rams trailing 4-0. Got her on the outside corner. Couple of backwards Ks in the books, and that's it for the first inning. Rams trail 4-0 here at Grand Rec Park. Ready for the top of the second here in Bluefield. It's already 4-0 in favor of Pikeville, trying to come back and win game 2 after losing game 1 12-4. Bailey Engel on the call here. Glad to have you with us across the Rams Digital Sports Network. Starting out 2 days full of Rams softball. 2 more games tomorrow against Bryan College. You can join us here for the first pitch right around 2 o'clock. Starting out at the top of the lineup, it'll be Shelby Knauer, who's 1 for 1. First pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Good snag by Harmon. Throw to first is in time for out number 1. So it took a long time to get that first out in the first inning, but now only 1 pitch to do it in the second inning. And Jordan Gentry will try to get on base. One of those runs scored for Pikeville. Rams in the gray jerseys once more. Pikeville in the black and orange. Kind of similar to what we see at a Union College. So that pitch is cranked out to right field. King backing up on it. It goes over her glove and rolls all the way out to right field. Gentry on the sprint going for 3, and she will get there. A stand-up triple as that ball rolls through Sparks. Now throw to home. Not in time. It's a Little League home run to make it 5-0. Heads-up base running there for Jordan Gentry. The throw from Kennedy to Sparks went right through her legs. Avery wasn't backing it up quickly enough, and then just after the Rams threw it around a bit, a Little League home run. It's 5-0. First pitch, a foul ball. And an 0-1. It's Lauder, or Pollack, excuse me. Pikeville already scoring more runs in the first inning and a third than they did in all of game 1 as that pitch goes in the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. 5-0 the score. Pikeville up 5-0. Harmon looks and deals. Popped up behind home plate, out of play. So it stays at 0-2. Yep, for Bluefield in that last play, just trying to field the ball better. King did not have the best step on it, went a little too far in after the ball went behind her, and then rolling through Sparks there. 0-2. High fly down the left field line, and that one's going to be foul. Pollack down 0-2, 1 out. Popped up again, staying at 0-2. Harmon trying to get through the inning. Another 0-2. Inside, first ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swinging a foul tip. Boy, this is a battle for Pollack here. Ball and 2 strikes, a 5-0 lead for Pikeville. Another 1-2. Stroked into left field. Mellick on the run and makes the catch for out number 2. Off of the bat, that looked like it was going to be scorched, and Mellick was able to track it down, reel it in, and there's 2 outs now with a 5-0 lead for Pikeville. Haley Osborne to the plate. Ready to righty to Osborne. First pitch. Inside for ball 1. Got on and scored a runner last time up. 2 outs, nobody on. 4th hitter in the lineup for Pikeville. Robert Staggs looking on at third base. 1-0. Line drive, right center field. That will bounce to King. Scoops it up, and it ends up just being a single. Kelsey White, third baseman, up to the plate and trying to add the first base hit of the inning. First pitch. Launches it high and away. Casanova, the catcher. Giving Riley O'Neal a break as the backstop. Rams just had energy in game one, and certainly it doesn't mean that they don't have it now, but they just worked so well, believed in really working those at-bats, and just played well in game one. And certainly this one hasn't started off to put a great taste in their mouth here in the second inning, but I'm still not done yet. Only down 5-0. They trailed 4-2 in that first game. Foul tip. Back to the backstop. Counted 2-1. So counted 2-1, and of course we don't have the scoreboard working today. Glad we can have it working for you here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. 2-1. High and away, ball 3. Rams 11-21 after the 12-4 win. Runner at first is Osborne. 2 outs. 3-1. Inside corner, now a full count. That's a good pitch there from Lexi Harmon. The pitch. Fouled back. So it stays full. Nothing the score. We saw an infield, or really a little league home run as they would call it. That's how the only run is scored for Pikeville in this inning. Pitch high and away, dropped by Casanova. It's ball 4. Osborne will stay at second base, and White trots over to first. So Drew Bailey calls time. Lexi Harmon has been the only pitcher for Bluefield today. This would have been her 7th inning of work. Hands the ball over, and the Rams will bring in a new pitcher. Looks like it's going to be Lakin Sparks to do the throwing for Bluefield. We'll let her warm up. 2 outs, 2 runners on for Pikeville, and they lead 5-0. So Lakin Sparks comes in, and the first pitch to Hickey is fouled away. Counted 0-1. 5-0 the score. Osborne at second. Kelsey White over at first with 2 outs. And the sophomore from Tazewell, Virginia, and the primary pitcher for Bluefield last year is in. That one is grounded down the third baseline. It's a base hit. Osborne around third. She will score. White getting the go around third. She will run home, throw to the plate. Not in time. Casanova drops the ball from Avery, the new shortstop, and it ends up being a 2-run knock for Elizabeth Hickey. 7-0 the score. That was a rip. So Mary Blake Avery in as the shortstop now. Lexi Harmon moves over to third, and Sparks in as the pitcher. First pitch to Haley Carr down the middle, strike one. Hickey over at third. It was the designated player in game one. Now is the catcher. Pitch blown down the right side, bouncing, and once again misses the Sonata by about a parking space. Might have to park somewhere else. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at third. 7-0 Pikeville. Just had about enough of losing today. The pitch, ground ball third base side. That is fair. Fielded by Harmon. Throw to first, not in time, and it's 8-0. A bit slow there. That was almost in foul territory. It hit her glove in fair territory, then rolled to the left of the bag, but it's a fair ball. 8-0 the score in the top of the second. First pitch rolls around, and now going over to second base, it'll be Carr. Megan Sparks is trying to get that elusive last out. Megan Claypool up in the count, 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0. Swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. Casanova picks it up. Now will try to throw it to second, and Kennedy makes the catch. And if you're Drew Bailey, you can hear him just hoping that this inning would finally end. Just don't throw it around. That's what's gotten the Rams into this sort of mess already. 4 runs have scored with 2 outs, or rather 3 runs have scored with 2 outs. That pitch goes outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two-one. High and away, 3 balls and 1 strike. Yeah, Pikeville had such a long winning streak, then lost 4 games in a row to Lindsey Wilson and lost this first game by a score of 12-4. That was their 5th loss in a row, and now up big, 8-0. Fouled away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. All right, second. Check swing, ground ball straight to Kennedy. Throws to first, and that is it for the top of the second inning. But Pikeville puts up 4 runs. They're up 8-0 as we go to the bottom half of the second inning. Skaggs in the circle. U-Pike is up 8-0 to Bluefield as Lexi Harmon leads it off. Rams went 1-2-3 to start out that first inning. And the first pitch on the outside corner. And an 0-1. Lakin Sparks on deck for Bluefield. Lexi Hartman moved over to third base. Now Sparks is the pitcher there in the second inning. Rams trying not to be run ruled after they were the hands of that run rule victory. 0-1. Fouled away right side. That goes into the parking lot again. Quickly 0-2. Harmon with a couple of big base hits in that first game against Claypool as well as Lane. Seems to be a different story now, though, with Skaggs in that circle. Oh, 2. Fouled straight back. Rams are getting a piece of it, though. It's just these fastballs have been exponentially faster than what we saw out of those first two pitchers in the game. Stays at 0-2 with no outs. Bottom of the second, Rams trail 8-0. Here's the offer. High and away, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Harmon lays off. Skaggs works a little bit faster than what we saw to the first two pitchers today. 2 balls, 2 strikes after that misses outside. And Claypool was looking at the wrist coach, had to get the call from the coach, and then already her delivery took a long time because she had the ball in the glove, went above her head, bend the knees, whip back, and then pitched it. Well, Skaggs a little bit more fluid. Just whips right home. That ground ball slowly rolls on the left side. Picked up by White. Throw to first is in time. That'll bring up Lakin Sparks with 1 out, 4 up, 4 down for Skaggs. First pitch. High and away, ball 1. So Sparks got the start as the shortstop for Bluefield, now in as the pitcher. Did not play a position in high school, always had to be the pitcher. Pitch. High and away again, 2 balls, no strikes. Well, now thrust in as the shortstop for Bluefield. Saw Kate Pennington as the shortstop for the Rams a season ago, graduated. Kate's now in Roanoke. 2-0 pitch. High fly to center field. Knauer sprinting in, makes the catch. There's out number 2. So the only player with a home run today, Meredith Throckmorton, up to the dish for Bluefield. Last time she was up, she did that. With the Rams up 10-4, it was a solo shot. They eventually won, of course, 12-4. Now down 8-0, could be at the hands of a mercy ruling win by U-Pike if they're not able to score a few runs in the next few innings. Just in the bottom of the second, though. First pitch to Throckmorton. Watches outside, ball 1. Nobody on for Bluefield, 2 outs. 5 up, 5 down for Skaggs. Remember Throckmorton, that was her 5th home run of the year. Up in the count, 1-0. Skaggs deals. High and away once again with a fastball. 2 balls, no strikes, 8-0 to score. Ground ball, third base. Caught there, throw to first. White connects with Osborne, and the Rams go 1-2-3 in the second inning. 8-0, Pikeville leads on to the third. Top of the third, and the Rams have a new pitcher in. It's Bryn Kennedy, trailing 8-0, and now the substitution looks like this. Lexi Harmon, the original pitcher, stays at third. Lakin Sparks goes back to her original position at short, and Mary Blake Avery makes the move from shortstop to second base. Now the freshman in to throw for Bluefield up against Mercedes Boggs, the shortstop. Haley Engel here on the call, Rams Digital Sports Network. Bluefield trying to come back and possibly split this doubleheader, or sweep the doubleheader, while Pikeville is looking for a win to split it. Kennedy ready to pitch. She has an 8.40 ERA. Just 10 innings pitched on the year, has surrendered 19 hits, 17 runs, 12 of them earned with 10 walks, only 2 strikeouts. Given up a couple of doubles, 1 triple, and 1 home run. Pikeville trying to snap that 5-game losing streak. They're a few innings away from being able to do so in runnable fashion. Four runs in each of the first 2 innings. First Kennedy plays low, and Casanova kicks it around. It's ball 1. So a quick refresher of who's in the field for the Rams. Harmon at third, Sparks playing at shortstop, with Mary Blake Avery at second base, Throckmorton at first. As the one that goes high and away. 2 balls, strikes. Malik and left, standing by in center field. Carly King and right. Veronica Casanova as the catcher for Bluefield. 2-0 slow, 3 balls, no strikes. Starting the third of the game for Bluefield at the top of the third, game 2. Kennedy putting on that face mask. 3-0. Shows bunt, pulls back, it's low, ball 4. So the 9-hitter gets walked in 4 pitches, and that brings up Shelby Knauer with an 8-0 lead and no outs. Jordan Gentry on deck with that Little League home run. Would have only been a double, and stretched it to third and eventually went home. Actually, it was a triple and then went home. As that pitch goes on the outside corner for a strike to Knauer. No outs, runner at first. 0-1. Outside corner there, strike 2. So going right back to that same part of the plate. No balls, 2 strikes, and Knauer forced to defend the plate. Pitch. Ground ball, left side, backhanded stab by Sparks. No throw, and now 2 runners are aboard. Just hit it too deep in the hole. Sparks, by the time she got it, runner was already at first base. So now with Knauer at second, or rather Boggs at second and Knauer at first, brings up Gentry. 1 for 1 with, or rather 2 for 2, scoring a run last inning. Joe's bunt, stabs at it. Doesn't come up with anything except for a strike call. 0-1. Ground ball, left side. Sparks, can she lay down the tag? Instead, goes to second, and Avery drops the ball. So what's the call at third? Did she get a piece of the runner, and Boggs is safe? So Sparks couldn't lay down the tag. Base is now loaded. And with a drop at second base, no outs. So Gentry safe at first after the fielder's choice. Bryn Kennedy trying to find her first out. First pitch goes too far inside. Paulak up in the count, 1 ball, no strikes. 8-0 the score with no outs. 1-0. Down the middle, a good pitch. Evens it up at 1-1. Base is loaded. Boggs at third. Knauer at second. Big swing and a miss, strike 2. And Gentry at first base. So now with no outs, can Pikeville escalate this lead for a few more runs of insurance to try to win this one in 5 innings? Still trying to find that first out. 1-2. Ground ball, third base side, stabbed by Harmon, gets the out at third, and a run comes home to score. So now it's 9-0, but they finally get an out. That's the first run allowed today by Kennedy. So now runners at second and first base with one out, 9-0 the score. Haley Osborne digs in right side. Well, the same thing with Bluefield and Pikeville, not a lot of lefties. You saw that Knauer bats left-handed as the slapper, as that one is down the middle for strike one. Gentry at second. Pitch and the dirt. Casanova Fields throws to third. No tag laid down, and now both runners trot into scoring position. So now the only force is at first base. 9-0 the score with one out. Pitch again. High fly left field. Mellick on a chase. It will drop for a base hit. Gentry will run home. She will score. Coming home is Paulak. She scores as well. And now it's 11-0 Pikeville. Two-run double. And Haley Osborne will be followed by Kelsey White. Just one out in the inning so far. The pitch. Called a strike down the middle. Count it 0-1. Ground ball, third base side. Out of play. Oh, quickly down 0-2. Kelsey White. Osborne at second, 0-2. Cranked foul left side, almost hitting the field light. Out of play. So staying at no balls, two strikes with Osborne at second and just one out. Pitch inside and low. One ball, two strikes. Kennedy deals another smoke ball into left field, a base hit. Osborne around third. Mellick throws to second. Avery checks on the runner at first, but Kelsey White brings home another run to make it 12-0. What a tale of two games this is. One out, top of the third inning. Here's Hickey. First pitch. Catcher looks at it inside for ball one. 4 runs have already scored in each of the innings for Pikeville, and they have just one out in the top of the third. 1-0, and the dirt. Casanova keeps in front. 2 balls, no strikes. So Rams at 11-21, and they won that first game 12-4. Just a few factors not going for them in this one. That just hit Hickey. And it continues. 12-0 the score. Now that new rule in baseball, if that were to happen, it doesn't look like Hickey tried to move around to get out of the way, then it would be just called a strike. But on softball, that is not a rule yet, so she goes over to first base. Very controversial rule in baseball, though, but is trying to make sure you can't lean into it. Favors the pitchers, just favors the overall quality of play. Casanova called time in. Fielders having a conference. It's 12-0, just one out. Here's Haley Carr. First pitch low and in, ball one. Ripped down the left field line and foul. Evens it up at 1-1. Kennedy's first inning of work hasn't been a storybook, that's for sure, but I think Pikeville was just due for something like this after losing 5 in a row. Really uncharacteristic for them. As the 1-1 is fouled back, ball and 2 strikes. Had to expect they weren't going to get run ruled again, but you certainly almost didn't expect them to do it so quickly. Already up 12-0 in the top of the third. 1-2, high and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Offer again, high and away. That's a full count. Rams just trying to get out of here. 2 outs away from sending it to the home half of the third inning. Kennedy deals. Ripped to center, another base hit. White around third. She'll try to score. Thrown to the infield. Cut off by Kennedy, and it's 13-0. RBI single goes for Carr. They've almost batted around. Here comes Megan Claypool. Oh, they are making a stance here in game number 2, that's for sure. First pitch to the second baseman, skips away from Casanova. Both runners go into scoring position. One-0. Ground ball left side, base hit. Hickey scores. Here comes the runner. She scores as well. And now it's 15-0 after the 2-run double from Claypool. Well, this is just on top of the Rams not being very deep in their pitching staff and not fielding well. It has been just downright disastrous here in the third inning. Just a young team, and Drew Bailey's trying to rebuild it. Kennedy with certainly lots of time to try to add on to her pitching resume. It's a big cut and a miss. There's only 1 out, folks, and we have batted around here. 7 runs have scored in the inning with just 1 out. 0-1, high and away for ball 1. Pitch, high and away. So this starts the home stretch for Bluefield. They'll play a couple games tomorrow, and then on Saturday, they're back in action against Truett McConnell. That's at 1 o'clock. Goes high and in. There'll be no time conflict with baseball as well, because they're going to be on the road. Logs up in the count. Runner at second, 15-0 to score. That skips low, and it's ball 4. The Boggs walked twice in the same inning, right back to the top of the lineup, and Shelby Knauer. $15-0 the score. Here's the pitch, outside and low, ball 1. One-0. Hit into left field. That's going to drop for another base hit. Malik gets the ball, throws to third. Harmon was not covering. Wouldn't have mattered. Should have been safe anyway, but now the bases are loaded once more with 1 out. Bring up Gentry. $15-0 with 1 out in the top of the third inning. Another conference from Casanova and Kennedy. Seems like both of them aren't really getting that many great words in. Gentry to the plate, a 15-run lead for Pikeville. Bases loaded, 1 out. Ground ball, third base side, snagged by Harmon. Gets the out at third, and there is out number 2. But nonetheless, another run comes in to score. It's 16-0. Rams an out away from getting out of this debacle. First pitch, fisted foul. Kennedy just an out away from getting out of this inning. 8 runs have scored for Pikeville. Mackenzie Pollack trying to score again. The pitch pops it up left side, straight at Sparks, and the inning is finally over. So Pikeville leaves a couple of runners on, but after they score 8 runs in the inning, up big, 16-0 on to the bottom of the third. $16-0 the score. Rams trying to inch back closer. U-Pike is up big. They just have the pitching working for them, the hitting. Here's Bryn Kennedy, the pitcher for Bluefield. Swings and grounds it right back to Kennedy. 7 up, 7 down. That'll bring up Mary Blake Avery. And a Skaggs 7 up, 7 down. Their team already winning in mercy rule fashion, double fold. I'll bring up Mary Blake Avery. He's already played a few positions in this game. Third, short, and now back to second base, or rather at second base as that pitch is fouled off right side.
Let's go Bluefield. Let's go Bluefield.
Got it 0-1, nobody on, 1 out. Rams down 16-0. Bottom of the third. Melick on deck for Bluefield. Rams at the bottom of their lineup. 0-1. Popped up again, right side. Once again, foul.
You're seeing. Let's go Bluefield. Big hit.
Starting to get colder here in Bluefield. Appreciated it a little bit more when the sun was out, but nonetheless, here we go. No balls, 2 strikes. Fouled away again, right side, and Avery just a bit late on these fastballs. Have been juiced in so far from Skaggs. These right-handed hitters trying to go outside. No balls, 2 strikes. Avery choked up, pitch, pops it up right side again in foul territory. There's a couple of fans that have picked up every one of those foul balls. Got an 0-2, Avery digs in. 1 out, Skaggs able to retire Kennedy on 1 pitch, 0-2. Foul straight back and to the screen again. What's funny is fouled back, and we know that there's a fence there, but we still flinch every time. I don't know if you guys have seen that clip of the woman at the Toronto Blue Jays game that might have been sitting at the Rogers Center right behind home plate for about 20 years or so. A foul ball was smoked back at her and did not move. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Me and our cameraman Alan Bowen here dropped out like that was going to take our heads off, but well, there's a fence there. Thank goodness. We have a fence. No balls. Or rather, 2 outs now for Gabby Mellick up to the plate. Switch for slap hitting left fielder. 16-0 the score, 2 outs. Field playing in. Pitch high and away. Mellick does have some lift. So the infield playing in makes sense, but got some pop in her bat. We have seen her drive it down the right field line today. That almost dropped in for a base hit. Can get under the ball. Now the 1-0 from Skaggs. Smack down the left field line and bouncing off of the dugout for Pikeville. And evens out a ball and a strike.
1 strike.
2 outs, nobody on. By the way, 8 up, 8 down at the moment. Rams have not had a base runner. 1-1. Flying high and away for ball 2.
All right, let's go blue field.
Neighboring Mellick had 2 balls, 1 strike with the infield in for Pikeville. Here's the 2-1. Ground ball up the middle, snagged nonchalantly by Skaggs. 9 up, 9 down, heading on to the 4th inning. It's 16-0. Rams bringing in a couple of new faces here in the top of the 4th inning. Lauren Bailey, who was out at the beginning of the season due to an injury, now at third base for Bluefield. Halen Strange in right. And now Courtney Gentry out in left field. First pitch inside and low to Osborne from Kennedy. Ball 1, 16-0. 4 runs in the first, 4 runs in the second, and then 8 in the 3rd inning. Now we're starting the 4th. First pitch popped up right field. Strange sprinting in, dropping for a base hit, rolls off her body. Osborne trying to go for 2. Strange picks it up, skips it over to Sparks, and it stays at a single. So just the 2nd pitch into right field. And Kelsey White comes up. 16-0. Rams won the first game 12-4, and unless something amazing happens, this will likely go as a split. Rams get to bat at least 2 more times, though. First pitch to White, skips away from Casanova, and on to second goes Osborne. Yeah, this game started right at 3:21. It has already been an hour. Rams just running out of pitching. Expect that in a young team as that ball goes high. 2 balls, no strikes. First-year head coach, lots of young players, and Duo is down the middle for strike 1. Kelsey White was arguing whether she was not even in the box. I think at the time call that she wanted count at 2-1. Pitch, ground ball, third base side and foul. Got a 2-2. That does make it a bit awkward here in the NAIA level. You don't have the buzzing of crowd noise, and you're likely most of the time right up on the players. You can really hear every argument that's ever been had. 2-2. Line away, ball 3. They can hear you as well. Pitch. Ground ball to short. Sparks checks the runner, throws to first in time. Now there's 1 out. Rams able to get that first out very quickly here in the 4th inning. 16-0 the score, and now Elizabeth Hickey. The game started off with Lexi Harmon, gave up a few runs. And Lakin Sparks came in, also struggled, and now Kennedy getting some reps in, trying to save arms because the Rams do have a doubleheader tomorrow. So 4 games in 2 days. They have Bryan College and a conference doubleheader. The 1-0. Cranked foul. And almost hitting batter on deck in Carr. Pitch. Fouled back again. Makes it 1-2. Runner at second base in Osborne. Catcher Hickey awaits the pitch from Kennedy. Another ground ball chopped to third and foul. Turned out to be an all right day here at Grand Rec Park. The first time I've ever been here where the wind wasn't trying to push me off of this balcony. Pitch again. Fouled away. Well, Hickey is battling here. That's what we saw at Bluefield in game 1. They battled throughout every at-bat, extended it, made sure the pitchers threw almost every pitch that they could to try to sit him down. That's why they won by 8 runs. Pitch again, high and away. Got a 2-2. Osborne on the bag at second base and a 16-run lead, 2-2. Popped up, staying in the ballpark. Storer climbs up, makes the catch, 2 outs. So now with 2 gone, it'll bring up Carr. Scored a run in that last inning. Then again, pretty much everybody did. First pitch. Swing and a miss outside, strike 1. Had to throw the hands out there. Haley Carr trying to knock in Osborne at second. Ground ball, third base side and foul. So it's 0-2 with 2 outs and a runner at second base. Rams trying to hold Pikeville scoreless in an inning for the first time today. Bryn Kennedy looks in at Casanova, the 0-2. Popped up behind home plate. And Casanova can't make the catch. Up to right in the mid. That should have been out number 3, and it stays at 0-2. Inside, rolls away. Osborne trots over to third. Outside and high.
No, 2 strikes.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Go for field.
And into right field, Strange steps up, makes the catch. There's out number 3. So no harm done after the drop foul ball, but it's still 16-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. This is Bluefield Softball on the Rams Digital Sports Network.
All right, Kristen.
9 up, 9 down so far for Hannah Skaggs as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Kristen Storr to lead it off for Bluefield, down 16-0 here in Game 2 of the doubleheader. So Skaggs, the predominant pitcher for you, Pike, as that first pitch is cut on and miss. Saw a couple of different pitchers in Game 1. Claypool, who's now the second baseman, as well as Brooke Lane. Well, you can see why she's the ace. Got an 0-1. It'll be Storr, Riley O'Neill. That one is fouled away. And Carly King in the hole. Quickly at 0-2. Bottom of the 4th inning already. Rams trying to fight out of this run rule deficit. 0-2. Fouled back. So Storr trying to fight this off. We saw the Rams earlier still fighting out these at-bats on the fastballs. Been tough pitches from Skaggs, that's for sure. Different than what we saw out of the first game. A lot of them high in the zone. 0-2 shows bunt, and it flies right into the backstop. Ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes. Bailey Engel here. Glad we could be a part of your Tuesday. Watching at home, watching at work. 1-2. In the air, center field. Knauer back towards the fence, and it's out of here. So that breaks up the perfect game with a bang. It's a home run for Kristen Storr. And the Rams are on the board. It's 16-1. Second home run of the year for Storr, and it's a 15-run game. Well, Skaggs with a smile does have a good amount of run support. Brings up Riley O'Neill. So it was 9 up, 9 down for Hannah Skaggs. Was a strike away from making it 10 up, 10 down. And Storr blasts a home run to center field. Second home run we've seen today in the exact same spot. Looks like we won't see King. It's Taylon Strange, excuse me, up next. But Riley O'Neill takes a first pitch strike. She's 0 for 1. Everybody's 0 for 1 for Bluefield except for Kristen Storr, who's now 1 for 2.
Let's go Bluefield.
So the designated player ready to go and see this 0-1. She grounds it up the middle, and it's a base hit past the dive of Claypool. So the Rams starting off the bottom of the 4th inning with a couple of hits. Brings up Taylon Strange from Tennessee. Strange just has 17 at-bats on the season. She's 4 for 17. Does have 4 hits. Excuse me, 4 runs. She's 3 for 17. So trying to find her 4th hit of the season. First pitch to the righty, cuts and misses, strike 1. Mickey looks at Riley O'Neill down at first base. No outs, runner at first, 16-1 the score. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Oh, 1. Swing and a miss again. O'Neill trying to charge off the bag at first base. Doesn't get there. Lauren Bailey on deck for Bluefield. Lexi Harmon, as well as Carly King, subbed out of the game. No balls, 2 strikes. Skaggs trying to get the first out of the bottom of the 4th. And she does. Strike 3. 1 out and brings up Lauren Bailey for Bluefield. Just cleared to play a few weeks ago, or a couple games ago. 7 games played this season, yet to have a hit. 0 for 1. Just her 2nd at bat. First pitch. Fouls it straight back, 0-2, or 0-1. Was the predominant second baseman for Bluefield a season ago. Got it 0-1. 1 out, runner at first. 0-1. Blazing down the middle, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Really, objectively, it is gorgeous here when it's not too cold. Got the blue skies rolling in on the Appalachian Mountains. 0-2. Fouled away right side. Bailey was late on it, but it pops out of the ballpark and she'll stay alive. No balls, 2 strikes. 460 racing on in the background as well. Here in Southwest Virginia, the roads are a bit odd. Somebody landed a plane on 81 in Bristol, Virginia the other day. I could do it here.
All right, let's go
Lots of flat land, at least in the background. 1-2, popped up. Out of play. Peanut Bailey up to the plate. Another pitch. Hit into right field, and it's the first base hit of the season for Lauren Bailey. After battling with injuries, finally gets a hit. That'll bring up Lakin Sparks with 1 out. Rams with 2 runners aboard. 16-1 the score.
Say I won't. Why y'all scared to be different? Say I won't. We them outsiders. That's just how we live.
Lakin Sparks. Skaggs has now given up 3 hits after starting out the first 3 innings perfect. That's 1 out. Does have the most run support we've seen today, that's for sure, with a 15-run lead. Pitch, high and away, ball 1 to Sparks. Now the shortstop again was a pitcher for a brief moment for just a 1/3 of an inning.
Hey, here we go, Lakin. You got right here, 2-1.
Let's go Bluefield.
Come on, Lakin. Come on, Lakin. Hey, go 2-1.
Inside, and it's ball 1.
Watch. Nice work in there, 2-1. Here we go.
2 balls, no strikes.
Here we go, Lakin. You got it right here, 2-1.
2 runners on, 2-0. Inside, ball 3, and now a ball away from loading up the bases.
Right here, Lakin. It's your base ain't passing on. Hey, we'll hit right here, 2-1.
Bottom of the 4th inning, only 1 out. That was a strikeout. 3-0. Had the green light on 3-0, pops it up right center. It's trouble, it's a base hit. Bouncing in, throw to second, skips just late, and everybody is safe. Sparks got lucky there, popping up on a 3-0. And brings up Meredith Throckmorton.
You probably want to get that thing corrected. Got too many years invested to let anybody just disrespect it.
Now time called. Coach Stack starting to talk it over with his pitcher with the bases loaded and 1 out. It started out 9 up, 9 down. Then Storr blasted a home run to put Bluefield on the board for the first time in game 2. After that, the Rams have rallied all except for that strikeout. Now with Riley O'Neal at third with a single up the middle. Bailey knocked one into right, and Lakin Sparks dropping a flare into right center field. Bluefield has the bases loaded with just 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Still down by 15 runs. Well, Pikeville seems considerably loose, and you got to understand that because when you start out a game 16-0, and you know you can still win this game in 5 innings, Bluefield's going to have to score 8 runs to get into that, or excuse me, 7 runs to get to 8, and then 8 to put them out of the run rule category. Swing in the back could get them halfway there, though. Meredith Throckmorton already with a home run today.
That's kind of productive, and you probably want to get that thing corrected. Got too many years invested to let anybody just disrespect it.
Bases loaded, 1 out. Meredith Throckmorton at the plate, 0 for 1. First pitch to the first baseman. Big crank and a miss, strike 1. Sun starting to fight his way out of the gray cumulus clouds on the right side. Counted 0-1. Heating up. Can the Rams heat up? A 1 from Skaggs. Change up, drops low, ball 1. Ball and a strike.
You got it right here, 2-4.
1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Fouled back, and now it's 1-2. So Skaggs has the 1 strikeout after mechanically dealing her way through the Bluefield order. Finds herself in a jam. But once again, can it really be considered a jam when you're up by 15 runs? Trying to get these final 2 outs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rocks and offers. Breaking ball, great pitch. Dropped in on the inside corner for strike 3. Now there's 2 outs for Bryn Kennedy. Well, Throckmorton knew it as soon as that ball popped right into the mid. It looked a bit high, curved its way right back into the zone, and Bryn Kennedy with a chance to put Bluefield within a few more runs. It's 16-1 with 2 outs. First pitch to the pitcher. Carbon copy of that same pitch except a little bit lower. Ball 1. Rams looking to come back and make this one at least a little bit interesting, where they have a doubleheader tomorrow against Bryan. That starts at 2 o'clock right here on the field at Grand Rec Park. 1-0 is high and away, 2 balls, no strikes. Also going to have that for you on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Hopefully the weather will be just as nice as it was today. 2-0. Chopped over to first, scooped out of the dirt by Osborne, and the inning is over. Rams leave the bases loaded, but after the home run from Kristen Storr puts Bluefield on the board for the first time in this game. On to the 5th, it's 16-1. So Mary Blake Avery is now playing in her 4th position today. Started the game at third, then moved over to short, then went to second, and now in center field as Storer makes her way in as the second baseman for Bluefield as the Rams trail by 15 runs. First pitch is a ball, and that's how we start out the top of the 5th inning. Popped up in the air, right side. Storer calls for it. Throckmorton does as well, and the basket catch made by Storer. So the first out is a pop-up. Claypool goes down for out number 1.
All right, way to go, Bluefield. Let's go Rams. Go Bluefield.
Brings up Mercedes Boggs. Bryn Kennedy fires first pitch. Ground ball past the dive of Lauren Bailey. Rolls into left field where it's snagged by Gentry. And there is the first base hit of the 5th inning. So this is what that line would look like. First inning, 4 runs for Pikeville. Second inning, 4 more runs for the Bears, and then 8 for them in the 3rd inning, but then 0 in the 4th. So now on the top of the 5th, Rams trying to make this end quickly here. Right back to the top of the lineup was Shelby Knauer. Center fielder looks at it low and away. So brand new looking outfield, Mary Blake Avery in center field. Out in left, it's Gentry. And in right field, Taylon Strange. 1-0. Low and away, 2 balls, no strikes. Just nicked on a foul ball. Was on the third base side, counted 2 balls, 1 strike. Now we're up in the count. Swings and misses. There's strike 2. I knew the name Knauer sounded familiar. It's Captain Knauer from The Longest Yard. I was wondering where that name came from and why I knew how to pronounce it. It's the guy that says game ball at the end of the movie as she swings and grounds that one down the third base line. Stays on the line and dies in fair territory. And it's just been that type of game for Bluefield. Just tipping in fair. Brings up Gentry. First pitch to Gentry. Check swing, ground ball, foul. Third base side, counted 0-1. So there's 1 out in the inning. Top of the 5th, 16-1 the score. 2 runners aboard for Pikeville. That pitch is swung on and fouled away. Make it strike 2 to Gentry, who had that Little League home run that really set the tone of the game and made it 5-0. That was just one of the other fielding woes for Bluefield. 2-strike pitch. Outside. Now makes it 2-2. Pitch in the air, deep center. Avery on the run, and that is well out of here. 3-run bomb makes it 19-1. Tough game for Bryn Kennedy. Really thrown into a rough position here as a freshman against a team that was absolutely due to hit. An 18-run lead. And the top of the 5th, folks. Pollack up to the plate. 1 out. Base is now cleared. First pitch. Slices into the glove of Bailey. There's out number 2. Nina Bailey reels it in for out number 2. Brings up Haley Osborne. Well, U-Pike pretty jovial now. Pitch high and away for ball 1.
All right, let's go Bluefield.
1-0. Inside. 2 balls, no strikes, nobody on. 2 outs. Here's the pitch and the dirt. So the Rams in danger of falling to 11-22, right now at 11-21 after winning game 1 12-4. And what a change of events in game 2. An 18-run lead. Down the middle there, strike 2. Full count, nobody on.
All right, let's go, blue field.
Pitch, payoff, gets on the inside corner. Now that won the payoff, now it's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. This is really when we need a scoreboard. 3-2, swinging a ground ball, bouncing off the glove of Bailey. Sparks picks it up, no throw. And it ends up being an infield single. That was going to be tough for Bailey to grab that one out of the dirt. Beckons Kelsey White to the plate. Pitch. Inside, ball 1. Ball and no strikes to the third baseman. What a snapback for Pikeville after losing 5 in a row. Chopped right behind Casanova. Evens the count at 1-1. Loses a 5 in a row after such a tremendous win streak before that. Run into Lindsey Wilson, and then Bluefield just got the better of them in game 1. 1-1. Stroked over the glove of Sparks and into left center field. Rolls behind Gentry. Didn't have the best angle at that one. Osborne around third. She'll try to score. Sparks turns around, throws home, wide left, rolls into the backstop, and now moving over to third is White. Let's make it 20-1. It's a long game. Two-out triple. Brings up Hickey. And that wind we were talking about, there it is. It's coming back. Here's Elizabeth Hickey, the catcher. First pitch to her. Grounds it foul. Count at 0-1. One pitch, popped up, wind pushes it out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. Kennedy a strike away from sending us to the bottom of the 5th. See if Skaggs comes out for another inning of work. She left the bases loaded for Bluefield. Runner at third, 0-2, fouled back. Now, no balls, 2 strikes. Hickey trying to battle. That's the story of game 2. Able to extend at bats. Another 0-2. High and in, ball 1. Still in the top of the 5th inning. On April 2nd, wintry temperatures can't get away. Goes outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, luckily, when the Rams play against Droop McConnell this Saturday, it is supposed to be gorgeous outside. Now, as I say that, I'm sure again, a snowstorm will come in as that ball is lifted out to left center. Avery makes the catch. There's out number 3. And that is it for the top of the 5th inning. 4-run score for Pikeville. Now we go to the bottom of the 5th with the Rams down 19. So must have lost track of runs there. It's actually 21-1. It's a 20-run ball game, and the Rams will now have to face off against Caitlin Estevez on the mound. Senior transfer from Union College. First pitch, high and away for ball one. Rams right here at the bottom of their lineup in the 8-9-1. It'll be Mary Blake Avery, Courtney Gentry, and Kristen Storr. Ground ball, third base side. Kick down. White throws to first in time. There's one away. And now U-Pike is 2 outs away from snapping a 5-game losing streak. You can tell they were frustrated coming into this game because they absolutely punished the ball. Here comes Gentry, the freshman from Spotsylvania, Virginia. Who steps up on the left side.
Let's go blue field.
Righty to lefty. First pitch to Gentry. Watches it outside low, and it's ball one. Well, Gentry has started one game this year, hitting right at 200. 5 at-bats and 1 hit. Also scored 5 runs. Sometimes comes in as a runner. Watched inside. 2 balls, no strikes, 21-1. One out, Storr on deck, who has the lone run for Bluefield on the homer. 2-0. High, and it hits the backstop. Trying to get Estevez to find some pitches here. Right 3-0. Called a strike. Well, Gentry crowding that home plate a bit. Estevez into this game with a 3.86 ERA. She's only pitched 4 2/3 innings this year. 3-1. There it is, ball 4. And ran to first base. It's the A for effort. Here's Kristen Storr, hit a home run to break up the perfect game from Skaggs. First pitch to her. Swinging a ground ball down the third base line and foul. Gentry got a big jump.
Let's go blue field. Let's go Rams.
Come on, Kristen.
Riley O'Neill on deck. There's 1 out. 21-1. Pitch, high and away. Count evens at 1-1. So Rams will play tomorrow against Bryan College. First pitch at 2 o'clock. Yours truly on the call for that one as well. Pitch, high and away. And a count of 3-1.
Now they're coming. Yours to hit. Let's go blue field. Come on, one strike.
Now to make it 2-1. Storr coming from California.
Love that posture.
2-1. Ground ball, third base side, snagged in fair territory, checks the runner, throws to first, skips in time. It was a bang play, didn't really make the dramatic out call, but it is an out nonetheless. 2 outs.
There you go, Riley.
There's Riley O'Neill up to the plate. Rams down by 20. 2 outs. Bluefield's designated player. Runner at second and Gentry. The pitch lays high and away for ball 1. Been a pleasure to have you here on the Rams Digital Sports Network, whether you're a Bluefield fan or a Pikeville fan. Wind whipping through in the Appalachian Mountains. The 1-0. Drops low and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Pikeville an out away from securing an end to their 5-game losing streak. Pitch, high Rises high, 3 balls, no strikes. Lots of effort from Pikeville, that's for sure. Estevez grunting when she throws a pitch. I've heard a couple of Pikeville batters just scream after they hit it today. That goes right down the middle for strike 1. First strike in on Riley O'Neill, counted 3-1. Wind is chilling us now. Well, that crowd mic picks it up all the time. Runner at second base for Gentry, 3-1. Ground ball right side, stabbed on the backhand. Claypool throws to first in time, and that's how the game ends. So 21-1, Pikeville avenges a Game 1 loss, and now Bluefield falls to 11-22 on the season. Rams split the doubleheader with Pikeville, and we'll be right back here tomorrow for a conference doubleheader with the Bryan College Lions. But until then, my name is Bailey Engel, reminding you the final score from Graham Rec Park. Bluefield drops Game 2, 21-1.